Alright, everybody, welcome back to PokéRogue, and it has been about a year since I released the last actual PokéRogue episodes. We did have some PokéRogue live streams after the fact, and then I did recently do the 5 daily runs, which I was planning to do as a video, but ended up just being a live stream. But I have never actually beaten PokéRogue, as if you would know by watching the last episode, that we ended on Eternatus. So this time I have a strategy that I am planning to use to try and defeat Eternatus, but the game has been upgraded a good bit since the last time I tried to make a full run. So we're gonna go through the motions here. We're gonna see what happens. So we're going to initiate our classic run, and the Pokemon that I think that I can use to turn the tide in the upcoming battle is going to be here in Gen 1, and it is Shelder, because Shelder is a shiny that we can use for a lot of different multi-hit moves that we can use to break a lot of different health bars, is the idea that I have. We're going to add Shelder to the party first, and then we have 5 more points to add some more Pokemon, and ideally I want to add some shinies. We did use Meowth last time, but this Meowth is obviously really good. It even has Sisley Slides now, which is a really good egg move. Oh, during the live stream, we did also get a level 2 shiny for Baneri, and we could put Triple Axle Extreme Speed and Thunderous Kick on it, so if we get the option to Mega Evolve, we could get the very first Mega Evolution, and also it's pretty cheap, so I'm going to, oh, let's not begin, let's add Baneri to the party, and I'm going to toggle the moves here. Ooh, okay, here we have a Carablast with Bitter Blade. If we can get a bug steel type that's only weak to fire and we can heal ourselves with Bitter Blade, I feel like that's pretty worth it. So we're going to take Carablast here, even though we don't have it as a oh, wait, I think I just messed up. I'm going to have to redo all of that, aren't I? Okay, now I think we are ready to go. Save in the empty slot, and there's not going to be too much of the journey, admittedly, except for the hard parts, or unless something interesting happens. So unless something interesting happens, I'll let you know. Ooh, okay, we're on Trainer 5, and I already have a linking cord, so we can just flat out evolve Carablast right now. Which seems like it's worth doing, because we'll get the steel typing. Alright, first rival fight on part 8, and we currently have Baneri in the lead against a Rowlet. Perhaps not super favorable, but if our starter is going to be Grass, then we should definitely bring in Escavalier here, who is not going to care about this Rowlet and can just Bitter Blade all of our health back. We'll Fury Cutter here. Fury Cutter into Fletchling, who is going to be a fire type in the future, so not as good for Escavalier, but Bitter Blading all of our health back still just seems pretty great. Alright, no problems for Route 8. And we also get an XP all, which means that experience is going to be a lot easier to get in the future. Could take the money here, or I could go for the reroll. I think I'm going to start trying to get double battles just for experience purposes. Alright, I'm going to try and catch this boss Starly. It's not so bad. I mean, we'll have it on the party for flying type damage in case we need it. Alright, I found this fungus on floor 15, so I believe I'm going to catch it so that we can add it to the party here. My gym leader for floor 20, if you were wondering, it was Crest, but it was a really easy fight, so I'm not going to bother showing it. Okay, it appears that we have found a shiny directly after the rival fight. Just to sum up the rival fight really quickly, I was able to Ice Shard into the Dartrix a bunch of times, and Water Shuriken down the Fletchender, and she had a Shuckle, which I was able to Baneful Bunker in order to get a poison into, and then the Water Shuriken finish off the Shuckle, so it was pretty easy. But watch me try and fail and catch this shiny, probably. Okay, Escavalier, I'm gonna need you to stop flinching, bud. Alright, Escavalier, when I said to stop flinching, I didn't mean to get paralyzed. I just need you to take out this one blasted Shroomish. And there goes Fungus. Alright, we're gonna risk the ball here, and thankfully we did not have to revive Shelter there, cause we caught it. And that caused our luck to go up to a B, which is pretty decent. Oh, I also have a shiny charm, so we do have increased shiny rate on this run. Admittedly, I'm not entirely sure I want to keep Starly around, because Starly kind of got wrecked by a rollout early on, and is now kind of low-leveled. Ooh, alright, we have the Mega Bracelet now on floor 32. I will very much be grabbing that. And hopefully we'll get Lopunny soon, so that we will have the ability to access a Mega Lopunite. Oh, okay, it seems I found something that I've never seen before. We are interacting with computer is what it looks like. It's an interface for the global trade system, the GTS, a technological wonder. You can connect with anyone else around the globe to trade Pokemon with them. Will fortune smile upon you today? You can wonder trade. You get a random Pokemon in return. I kind of like the idea of wonder trading away our Staravia, since it's kind of a low level, and we already have a normal type in our Mega Lopunny eventually. And is the flying type really that useful? I'd say we want to trade away Staravia and we see what we get in return. Ooh, we got a shiny Ponyta. A psychic fairy type? Those are both types we don't have. I'm pretty okay with that. Oh, and now the evil team has been included in the story, so we have to fight a Plasma Grunt, who starts off with Scraggy. Can this Scraggy stop me? It can try to upper hand, I guess. The Bitterblade actually, because we're in the rain, Bitterblade doesn't do that much. But if we're going to be fighting Team Plasma, does that mean we get the chance to catch Zekrom or Kyurem in the future? Both of those sound pretty good to me. You probably only have poison type moves and cannot hit me. Okay, so Evil Team is in the game, and so, ooh, Calcium. Okay, I seem to have found a man who believes that he is an astronaut, and a Porygon that believes that it is a person. What's this? A strange man in a tattered coat stands in your way. Hey, you! I've been working on a new device to bring out a Pokemon's latent power. It completely rebinds the Pokemon's atoms at a molecular level into a far more powerful form. I just need test subjects to prove it works. The stirring fellow holds up some Pokeballs. I'll make it worth your while. You could have these strong Pokeballs as payment. All I need is a Pokemon from you, I'm assuming is what he says. Nah, I'm not really interested in getting some more Rogue Balls right now, so I'm just gonna refuse. Not gonna help a poor fellow out. Alright, we are now on to the third rival fight. My last gym leader was the Bug-type gym leader from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and she was pretty easy to beat by using Escavalier with Bitterblade. She did have an Ursaluna, though, that went for Headlong Rush that did, like, all my health, but as I found out, Pokemon don't get sent out as being terastallized anymore, so it terastallized into Bug, and I was Bitterblading into it anyways, and so I got all my health back. So, whenever a Pokemon terastallize, it will not come out that way, in the way that it did in the previous times that I played it. But let's see how we do in the third rival fight here, where we start with Decidueye. So, I guess we should predict immediately going into the Talonflame, right? We do unfortunately still have a Shelder, because we haven't gotten a Water Stone and a Nuzleaf, but we have an Amoonguss. But Neri hasn't wanted to be my friend yet, though, which is kind of concerning. I think I'm going to hard swap into Shelder here. Yeah, I guess they swap into Talonflame. And should I go for the Water Shuriken, or should I go for the Ice Shard? I guess I'll go Ice Shard here. Yeah, they're going to Decidueye. That doesn't do too much. We can Baneful Bunker, though, and they Spirit Shackle, but Spirit Shackle is not Contact. Spirit Shackle is not great, actually. Looking for Cinda Escavalier. They do Sucker Punch. I could start chipping the Talonflame, but I feel like what we should do is we should just repeat this turn of events where they send out Talonflame, and then I just click Ice Shard into the Decidueye switching every time. And maybe it clicks Leaf Blade, and then the Baneful Bunker is meaningful. Grab Baneful Bunker here, it does Spirit Shackle. If it suckers every time, or Razor Leaf, that's also fine with me. Oh, the Talonflame decided to actually attack this time. Can't throw Water Shuriken? The AI get way smarter? Uh-oh. Well, we only took a little bit of damage, so it's fine. This thing really isn't able to touch Escavalier. I will Bitterblade some damage off. So Water Shuriken, predicting the switch again. I did that much. Baneful Bunker into Razor Leaf. Ice Shard doesn't look like it'll pick up KO. We're gonna just Cavalier, catch the Razor Leaf. Then we predict again. go into Shelter, and go Ice Shard here, they go up to Decidueye, and we were correct, it would not have KO'd. But now we can use Escavalier. Let's Bitter Blade to get some health back on Escavalier. And Shelter has... we can Water Shuriken, because... Oh, it sends up Dino here, actually. Okay, so they have another Ice weakness, which is good for the future. And if this is the Pseudo, it will also be weak to Bug, which means that we can use Escavalier to beat it, as long as it doesn't have, like, Flamethrower or something in its move pool. And it's flat out Dragon Pulse. Okay. I'm going to take this with Escavalier. What would it come into? I guess it comes into Talonflame again, right? Bitter Blade some health back. Oh, it does Flame Body Burn Escavalier, but Escavalier has some Lumberries stored up. Okay, let's Ice Shard if they're going to... Okay, they decide to sack Decidueye here. Shelter's going to gain a bunch of experience. Escavalier wants to Bug Buzz? No, you have X-Scissor. Why would you ever Bug Buzz? Now Dino is going to get a free switch in. I mean, we see that Dragon Pulse and Shelter has no special defense. I think we have to use Escavalier to pressure this thing out, and then... Do I risk the Flame Body one more time just to get off the Bitter Blade to kill the Talonflame? Probably not. I think we should just swap out the Shelter. And then Ice Shard. Going to Dino, that does enough, but it did have a Citrus Berry. It looks like Ice Shard would kill. I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, there we go. Shelter wants to learn Ice Beam. I'm kind of conflicted on whether or not I want to make this Shelter a physical or a special attacker, because with Skill Link we should be a physical attacker and then we'll just have Water Shuriken. But being a physical attacker kind of means we need, like, Shell Smash to really be effective, I think. Which maybe means getting rid of Baneful Bunker, but Baneful is just so good. I think we're not going to bother with Ice Beam. Okay, Shuckle comes in. I'm going to Baneful into this. Does try to Bug Bite me. Now, does Water Shuriken take it out? Do I feel like risking that? Whenever I have other Pokemon in the back that can get experience for this. I mean, I feel kind of confident that Water Shuriken can take it. Especially if it's only going to go for Bug Bite, I'll Water Shuriken. Okay, Water Shuriken did not do enough, but Bug Bite is also so slow. Lumberry cured its poison from me, which is a little bit frustrating, but at least we got rid of the Shuckle. Last but not least, it's the Talonflame, who we can also Water Shuriken down. And we have won our third rival fight against Ivy pretty okay. We only actually had to use 2 Pokemon there, now that I think about it. And we are going to take the Experience Charm. Really need a Water Stone and a Leaf Stone so that way we can get some evolutions underway. Okay, I just had a couple grunt battles, and now we have a battle against Colress. And this is my first battle against, like, an evil team admin. So we're going to see how this goes. He starts with Orbeetle. That's pretty good for us. I can probably just get set up on this, can I? And has a Rotom. You know, I'm beginning to think that this battle might not be as notable as I just thought it was about to be. Just a hunch. Give me a sec. Just a hunch. Yeah, just a hunch. This guy's got a lot of Pokemon. X-Scissor. Finally, the Pokemon that's going to finish the hunch. Expanding Force is kind of crazy. So yeah, as you can see there, we have a really, really good moveset on Escavalier right now, and it's able to sweep through basically everything. I just can't manage to roll any evolutionary items, even though we did get Lopunny, Galarian Rapidash to evolve. I guess I'll take the money, because then I net money. Because I need to keep rolling. Oh, a Wild Goldango is actually kind of neat. Alright, here on 74, I seem to have found a chesty chest of some kind. I found a chest. The beautiful ornamented chest stands on the ground. There must be something good inside, right? 30% something terrible, 25%, 30%, 10%. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? Open the chest to find just some normal tools and items. Well, I was really hoping I could get an evolution item, but I guess I will take the nugget. Okay, here on floor 82, finally found a water stone that we can use to evolve Shelter for what feels like way too late into the game, but we still need a leaf stone so that we can evolve our Noseleaf into Shiftry, but I'll take what I can get for now. And we get Icicle Spear for our skill link, which is phenomenal. I'm gonna get rid of Ice Shard. Alright, here we are at the 4th rival fight. I've beaten 3 gym leaders so far, because I had fought Janine on floor 80, and her poison types were annoying because her Crobat knew Floaty Fall, which flinched me a bunch of times, but thankfully I was able to get through it with a few deaths, but it was nothing too major. Without further ado, let's continue on for Fight 95. So if it's the Decidueye lead, we've seen Talonflame swap every single time, and now that we have Clayster, I feel much better about making the switch here. It does Flame Charge, but we can get Icicle Spear damage, which nearly... Oh, it actually just flat out gets rid of Talonflame. Wait, no, it doesn't get rid of Talonflame. Talonflame lives. Let's Water Shuriken it out. Okay, this one to Decidueye. I might have Leaf Blade or something right now, so I'm going to go for Baneful. It terrestrializes into grass, and it does go for the Leaf Blade. Okay. So now that's going to get chipped for a while. Save swap to a Escavalier. That's going to take poison. Do I Bitter Blade, knowing Talonflame's going to come in, or do I just swap to Shelter? Or Clayster, now we have Clayster. I think I just swapped to Clayster. Yeah, now that Talonflame is in, and then we get a free Water Shuriken on whatever. Okay, Shuckle. It's going to take the Water Shuriken here. Does get an attack boost and a defense boost, but we're mixed Clayster. We can get off another Skill Link Water Shuriken, and there goes the Shuckle. And then Hydreigon, of course. We can just use Escavalier. Oh, this thing is Fiery Wrath now. That's that's a move you're not supposed to have. Is the Talonflame dead? I forget. I kind of want to X-Scissor anyways. Okay, Talonflame does come in. Doesn't seem like it gives us the Flame Body Burn. But now there shouldn't be anything that can touch Escavalier left, because we saw how much that Fiery Wrath did. Oh, you have a Florges now. That's another thing that Escavalier can be. In does come the Hydreigon, but we are in range of a Fiery Wrath now. We could use Rapidash to try and get rid of this. We could use Lopunny. We could even use Nuzleaf maybe to try and get rid of this. It's going to go for a Dark-type move here. It's just about whether or not I think it's faster than Rapidash, which I think it is. Let's send out Rapidash anyways, just so Rapidash can do that much damage gotten it to itself. Okay, it is faster. Because we're 7 levels higher than it, probably. Alright, we're going to bring Amoonguss in here. How much does Spirit Shackle do? It crits us and we can no longer escape. Let's Giga Drain. Okay, you do have Brave Bird. Worth noting there, but we do have to sack Amoonguss kind of unnecessarily, but we can Baneful here. It will take the poison as all those buffs activate, and then we can Water Shuriken it down with our priority. So the Decidueye might be a little bit difficult to pin down in the future, but once we take out Talonflame, like, everything takes so much damage from Escavalier. Alright, here in floor 97, we now have the Leaf Stone for our Nuzleaf, so that it can be useful as a Shiftry, finally. Man, Shiftry gets a real shiny downgrade, doesn't it? Okay, we seem to be having some sort of other encounter where it's a Rabombi, but it's not a Rabombi that we're going to fight. It's a Rabombi that we're going to ask what this is. It isn't just an ordinary Pokemon. Uncommon breed, that Rabombi looks special compared to others of its kind. Perhaps it knows a special move. You could battle and catch it outright. There also might be a way to defriend it. You can give it 4 berries, and then the Rabombi likes me. I'm not really too interested in changing out anything on my team right now, though. Fairy type? We already have one of those. We already have a bug, and I think we're just gonna battle the Pokemon. Or approach the Rabombi with no fear. We will not be swapping. It's heightened its stats, so it gets an Omni boost. And it gets to Heat Wave me just for free? Okay, well now I kind of wish I gave it my berries. I didn't realize that this was a hostage situation. Okay, I've got the Rabombi pretty low. I did also pick up a Master Ball, but an Ultra Ball should be good enough to catch this, right? Yeah, we're just gonna catch this and get rid of it that way. It's also 31 in Protect, which is not bad. Okay, we might be entering another hostage situation from the looks of things. A man in a dark coat approaches you. I got the goods. If you've got the money, make sure your Pokemon can handle it, though. The man opens his jacket to reveal some Pokemon vitamins. The numbers he quotes seem like a really good deal. Almost too good. We have the cheap deal, where we gain 2 random vitamins, but gain side effects? We can't afford the pricey deal. I mean, I'm a bit of a gambler. I might do the cheap deal. Let's see about maybe you're doing it for Cloyster. We got an HP up and an HP up. We paid out the money, and he left. Okay. The medicine has some side effects. Cloyster takes some damage. Its nature changed to quirky. No, I needed adamant. We just lost like 10% of our damage on Cloyster because quirky. Okay, I just fought a Team Plasma Grunt and a Colress, and Colress landed 2 Zap Cannons into me, which caused me to be paralyzed, but also Rotom had Splishy Splash, and that paralyzed me too, so Escavalier is paralyzed for this upcoming fight, in case you're wondering why. Seems like here we're going to get to fight Getsis, who leads with Cofagrigus. So, am I to assume that Getsis is going to swap to like a Hydreigon here? I'm gonna go for Nature Power, see what happens. Okay, they use Toxicroak, but we get Alluring Voice because we're in the Fairy Cave. I see. I mean, it should throw a Poison-type move here, so it should be safe to send out Escavalier. And then, what if we try a Bitter Blade? Oh, Thunderous Kick here is crazy. We get to Bitter Blade to back some health, though, at least. I really don't want to lose Escavalier right here. We're sending in a Moongus. Hope that Amogus can deal with this. Don't have like Fire Punch or anything crazy. Let's go for the sleep. Yeah, okay, we get to put this Kingambit to sleep. If it spends 2 turns sleeping, then we can get Escavalier to Bitter Blade here. Get some more health back. Kingambit does wake up, but it just goes for Iron Head. We thankfully high roll. Oh, the Kingambit's not dead. We got through Paraflinch there because I went for Iron Head. But at least Escavalier has all of its health back. We just need to do 1 damage to this Kingambit. I'm going to still hop into Cloyster here because Cloyster is super defense tanky. Here's the Seismitoad. It's painful to see what the Seismitoad wants to do. It does high horsepower and swaps into Electros. We get 2 critical hit Icicle Spears into it. It gets pumped up and a defense boost, but Water Shuriken's priority. Here's the Hydreigon that I really wanted to catch off guard with Icicle Spear. Let's Baneful in case... Oh, it outrages. Alright. Well, if that's the best thing that it has to hit me, then I might as well just click Icicle Spear into it. Oh, it has Parental Bond as its passive ability, this Hydreigon does. It hit me twice. Okay, we're going to use Shiftry again. It's going to swap back into the Toxicroak, but the Toxicroak was kind of low, wasn't it? Yeah, so this Nature Power or Alluring Voice is going to pick it off. This is a Kingambit, but we should be faster for our Sucker Punch, even if they had Sucker Punch. We Sucker Punch their Sucker Punch. Cofagrigus returns. I guess I'll go for the Sucker here. We'll become Mummy. A Dark Pulse. Speed doesn't matter when we're Sucker Punching. Lastly, it's Electros, so we can use our last Sucker Punch in order to take down. Thank you, Shiftry, for being a part of the team. Oh wait, he still says the Seismitoad. Shiftry, you would speed this, right? Yes, you do, and you got the crit. Alright, thank you again, Shiftry, for being part of the team. Absolute MVP of that battle. It keeps giving me the Dynamax ban, but I don't have any Pokemon that I can use Gigantamax forms with. And we still haven't gotten the Megastone for Lopunny yet, which I really, really want. I think I'm going to take the Dynamax stand just so that it stops popping up. Okay, I may have entered into another hostage situation. We have a Piloswine with a tree. There's a huge berry bush near that Pokemon. We can battle the Pokemon or we can race to the bush. Lopunny uses its speed. Well, Lopunny should definitely be faster. I really don't want to fight a tough battle if it's going to, like, super wreck me. I guess we'll just race. I just did nab 5 before the wild Piloswine reacts, and we retreat. What berries did I get? Also, why did I get experience for that? That we can actually fight any... Okay. Found another robot-looking thing. It's a strange machine whirring noisily. Put money in it. The machine has a sign on it that's read to use, insert money, then step into the capsule. Perhaps it can transport you. Escavalier helps. Escavalier gains experience. Teleport to a new biome. Oh, I see. Well, I really don't want to leave this biome because we beat all the ice types super easily with Escavalier. So, thanks for the idea, but we're going to pass on that one. That is an Ice Cube with a lot of health bars. Alright, this is our 5th gym leader, and it's going to be Candace, and I obviously haven't been showing the gym battles just because they've been really easy. But since this is the 5th one, I might as well put this one on display. We're going to click Sword Stance here. Catch a close combat, unfortunately. Snow is falling down. Close combat's into me again. Bitter Blade's going to take all of its health. And then Cloyster comes in. Oh, look, it has Water Shuriken just like ours does. We got the critical hit there, actually, and that was the reason that we were able to take it down. Our Shuriken skilling still doing a lot. Since this is the last battle, I'm willing to risk Escavalier dying here. It did Ghost, or it iced Herod, but then went for Ghost move, so we got to Bitter Blade back a lot of our health. Glaceon comes in, has the no retreat, which is, you know, a lot, but we can Bitter Blade back so much of our health. You do have a berry. Zippy Zap is actually unfair, but it crit me, but it lived because of its berry. Speed rose sharply. Freezy Frost better not freeze me. Oh, it eliminated all my stat changes, so I got rid of the Sword Stance. Evile is now in. Can I just, okay, our Reviver Seed procced. I actually probably shouldn't have procced that. It kind of hurts, but with their Grip Claw, we're at least stealing items from our opponent that has a lot of items. And we can just finish off the Abomasnow here. And yeah, that's basically how all the gym battles have been going. Okay, we're on floor 142, which is 3 before the rival fight, but we found an Orbeetle that looks like it is holding an ability charm hostage. Something shiny is sparkling on the ground near that Pokemon. It's gonna be a tough battle. Like, your Pokemon needed certain moves to choose this. Well, I wish I knew that beforehand. I do kind of want that ability charm. I think I'm gonna battle the Pokemon because realistically, what does an Orbeetle do to a Scavalier? It's latent strength. Give it attack boost, Swarm, Psychic Surge activates. What's to stop me from just Bitter Blading through you, though? Like, realistically. Like, I could probably even X-Scissor here, just so that I'm not wasting PP. And there we go, we got the Orbeetle defeated for free. And, like, 4 levels. Oh, okay. I only get the ability to take the ability charm. Right, we have the floor 145 Rival Ivy fight where Rival Ivy starts with no words. So immediately we are going to read a swap into Talonflame here. Yep. And we're going to click Icicle Spear. Oh, this says Flamethrower now. Okay, that did a lot of damage to us. We at least kind of got some health back. Well, now it swaps into Shuckle, but we got... Whoa, we just got so many crits in a row. Probably because I'm Scope Lens and I just ate the Lychee Berry, which means I got pumped. So we can just Water Shuriken away the Shuckle. But now our Cloyster is super weak and we need to take on a lot of things. Talonflame having Flamethrower to actually hurt us is something that I was not quite expecting. Please go for Leaf Blade. Okay, cool. So the Talonflame isn't actually gone yet, it just took a lot of damage. I could read it switching in here. Do we have a Lumberry? We do have a Lumberry on Escavalier. I think we read it switching in here and just Iron Head, yeah, in order to take it out. Okay, now Rayquaza is the thing that we have to deal with. I'm not exactly sure. We do have a Fairy type, but I don't know what kind of move it's going to throw. We need Escavalier to fight a lot more things, though. I say we swap in Rapidash and we see what happens. Okay, clicked Outrage. So now what would it swap out to? She has the Hydreigon, the Rayquaza, the Decidueye, and the Florges. I say I just click Dazzling Gleam here. Yeah, swap out into Florges. Makes sense. Swap into a Escavalier to take a Moonblast. And we just throw Iron Head into something, which is going to be Florges. Now Rayquaza returns to the field. If we assume it's going to Outrage again, then I'm going to send out Rapidash. It has Hurricane. Okay, that is drastically different. That's really bad that it has Hurricane. I'm going to send out Cloyster just for the hope that it decides to attack me. Okay, no. We can Baneful Bunker because it failed last turn. This Leaf Blade is going to happen there. I say Shiftry is not going to get... Oh, wait, no, we should go into a Moongus. Because then we can... the Decidueye is going to Brave Bird. Why did I think that this would be good for me? It's just going to Brave Bird into a Moongus. Moongus dying, though, gives me a free swap. Putting the Rayquaza to sleep, though, is kind of necessary. I say we just try and sack a Moongus here. Okay, it did go into the Rayquaza. So if I had Spored there, we would be in a much better spot. It's going to throw a Hurricane. Do I really need Shiftry? I think the answer is... no. Or we could hope that it misses the Hurricane. Oh, it also has 2 Lumberries on the Rayquaza. Yeah, we're not putting the Rayquaza to sleep consistently. Lopunny does have Ice Punch, so we can hit the Rayquaza. It's just, it's got so many health bars, it's going to be the problem. I would say that we should use Amoonguss Sac to pressure Rayquaza out, and then Cloyster in, but the Cloyster in, there's nothing that really fears Cloyster at this point. I think the best thing is just to swap in Cloyster. If it lands the Hurricane like it does, then that's just kind of what happens. We're going to swap in Lopunny so that we can start... Oh, we have Triple Axle, not Ice Punch. Triple Axle is so much better because we can do this. Oh, we only got 3 hits. We dodge a Focus Blast, though. Okay, were you faster? No. Okay. Lopunny can't defeat the Rayquaza consistently. That's what we're going with. At least it consistently defeated it here. That's really good that we had a multi-hit move there. We don't really need Lopunny for anything else, so we can just Thunderous Kick this Hydreigon. Its defense falls. Outrage is going to hurt. We do Cute Charm. Use one of our berries. Thunderous Kick doesn't kill even though we got the defense drop. All of our stats go up because we had so many berries. Thunderous Kick goes crazy. And lastly is the Decidueye, who could Sucker Punch us, but I think I'm going to risk the Triple Axle here. We only landed it once. Okay. That's a little extra money for reviving us there, but it gives me a free swap to, I guess, Escavalier. Again, Bitter Blade, as long as we take the Spirit Shackle. And there we go. We got through the fight. Just really hoping that we were going to get Lopunite from that. I really want Lopunite, man. If I reroll, does it give me all good items again? Oh! It gave me Lopunite on the reroll! Oh, you can do Mega Lopunny things now. That's phenomenal. Why is my luck only a C? Alright, we are now going to be able to use Mega Lopunny, which does make it a fighting type, so we do have a flying type weakness to the Rayquaza's Hurricane. But we're just gonna play better next time and not have to worry about the things that happened. Especially now that we know the Talonflame has Flamethrower. That is something we will have to work around. Okay, this time we seem to have found an actual astronaut with eggs and a Clefable. It's a trainer carrying tons of Pokemon eggs. Hey there, trainer. It looks like some of your partner Pokemon are feeling a little down. Why not have a battle with me to cheer them up? You've been challenged to a battle where you can use a single Pokemon. It might be tough, but it would surely deepen the bond you have with the Pokemon you choose. The breeder will also give you some. Tough battle, gain friendship with Rapidash, earn 3 rare eggs and 7 common eggs. I already have a lot of eggs. Is it specifically a battle against a Clefable? Because I think I can win it with Amoonguss. I'm going to try it with Amoonguss. Let's go for Spore. Oh, you have a lot of Pokemon. I wasn't aware that this was going to be the case. I'm going to predict the wake up here. Okay. You have to wake up here, get the Spore. You get another sleep. It woke up with Discharge. Okay. Now Hitmontop comes in. Hitmontop, can you not kill me? Oh, thank you, Hitmontop. Don't wake up. Don't wake up again. Oh, nice. Sleep rolls are very much in my favor here. And now it's just that Clefable who terrestrializes it into the Fairy type and then kills me with Fire Punch anyways. It's like you still have a long way to go to earn your Pokemon's trust. You just clicked Fire Punch into me and had 3 Pokemon! What do you mean? I got gypped. I got ganked. There's a Katana. Why is there a Katana here? I'm not gonna switch Pokemon because Escavalier is probably the best Pokemon to take this on. Bitter Blade, if it brings it down to the health bar, I have a Master Ball. I could use it on... Can I just use it now? I forget how this works. I think you have to break it down to the last health bar in order to use... we're going to X-Scissor. We're going to X-Scissor again. Escavalier, unfortunately, just went through all of its berries. But we did get a Kartana. Do I want to make room for Kartana? This is a hard question. Because, like, we have Shiftry. And I like Shiftry. But Shiftry, I don't know how much it's going to be doing from this point on. And it obviously was a shiny that we found during this run. And, like, we've put all this investment into Shiftry. But Kartana is so good, though. I don't know if I can turn down this Kartana. It is only a 6 attack IV Kartana, but everything else is, like, kind of okay. It's above 20, at least. I mean, I'm just trying to think ahead for, like, floor 195 here. Like, Steel is so good on that floor, especially with the resistances that we can get. I'm just not entirely sure it's worth replacing Shiftry for. Oh, I just had a thought in my head that if Shiftry had a Wind Rider, then it could just switch into the Hurricane from the Rayquaza, and that'd be kind of funny. I think I'm gonna believe in Shiftry, and I might make a decision here that's gonna lose the run, but I'm not going to take the Kartana. Okay, on floor 159, we have found a guy with a Mega Beedrill and a Gigantamax Butterfree. An unusual trainer with all kinds of bug paraphernalia blocks your way. Hey trainer, I'm on a mission to find the rarest bug Pokemon in existence. You must love bug Pokemon too, right? Everyone loves bug Pokemon. So if we do the tough battle, we can teach any Pokemon a bug type move. If we show them your bug types, as in a Escavalier, then we get a gift item. Or you can gift a bug item, give the trainer a Quick Claw, Grip Claw, or a Silver Powder and receive a gift item. Okay, we're gonna show our bug types. Oh, that... I mean, I feel like that's pretty cool. Who's using more than one bug type? I mean, obviously you are because you have a Beedrill and a Butterfree, but that is an extremely specific scenario to be using bugs. If I reroll this, do I still only get 2 items? No, I get a full 6 things of items. Give me the Lumberry for a Escavalier, please. I see great bug Pokemon in your future. May I pass across again? Bug out. Alright. Oh, you were not wrong. Kind of wish I still had that Master Ball. Okay, I think my immediate play is to Baneful Bunker into this boss Buzzball. It's going to Superpower. I mean, honestly, Superpower isn't even going to hurt us that much because we're so physical tanky. It might just be worth it to get in a Razor Shell. Okay, Superpower did hurt us, but we lived it, which is the most important thing. Alright, Razor Shell hurts because it's in Rain. It got a defense boost from a berry, but then we defense dropped it with Razor Shell. So now we're going to Baneful Bunker again, since it got rid of its berry that will allow it to not be poisoned, and it's going to be poisoned. And since this is the last battle, we don't really care about what happens to Clayster, so I'm going to Water Shuriken through the HP bar, and we actually kill it. Kind of wanted to catch that, but then we also have Megalopony, who is our fighting type, so I guess it wasn't worth catching that Buzzball, but Buzzball out of nowhere is a little crazy.
Okay, so admittedly, I just had a fight with Getsus, and I forgot to hit the record button, so now I'm going to have to repeat the fight, which, thankfully this game works on a set seed RNG, so as long as I repeat everything that happened in the fight, then it will be the exact same. So let me explain to you my thought process. So they start with Roguelikes here, and I'm like, well, I don't want Escavalier to start into this because it's ground type and I'll do some neutral damage. So we went to Pokemon, and I wanted to go to Clayster so that I could click Icicle Spear into it. And then they immediately switched into Iron Moth, which is such a great switch for us, is what I thought. Even though it is a special attacker. So we went for the Water Shuriken, and I see that's not doing enough. We do get some crits because of our Scope Lens, but Iron Moth just takes us out with Victinia's signature move, which is actually what I said at the time, Searing Shot, and Clayster has no special defense, so Clayster goes down in 1 hit. But then we get to bring in a Lopunny here, and the extreme speed is going to KO it.
Then they swap into Kyurem, and I see this as a good time to swap into... Was it Rapidash or was it Escavalier? I think it was Rapidash here. Yeah, because Kyurem goes for Outrage. And then we go for the Dazzling Gleam to try and get some chip on it. And then they swap out into Kingambit, and then I figure, well, this thing is probably going to go for a Steel-type move, so now is the time that we go into Escavalier. I take the risk that I have a good amount of HP, and then I can Bitter Blade back the damage, even if Kingambit does damage me. And we saw that it had Supreme Overlord, so we kind of need to take out the Kingambit sooner rather than later. So we Sword Stance here in front of the Kingambit, but they actually swap into Jellicent. And I say that this is probably fine because I have the boost right now. So we go for the Bitter Blade as they go for the Shadow Ball. And we heal back about the same amount. So I think to myself, like, if Jellicent is the best thing that they have to counter Escavalier now that Iron Moth is gone, I'm just going to Bitter Blade down the Jellicent. And they actually go for Brine there, which does less damage than Shadow Ball. So we net health on that turn, I believe. But Shadow Ball is going to do damage to Escavalier, and we Bitter Blade. So at this point, I'm thinking that I'm pretty good because we can just keep Bitter Blading with Escavalier. And they bring Renegrigus back to the field, and we Bitter Blade here. And they have Tablets of Ruin, so they actually decrease our attack, and it barely gets to live there, as it throws 1,000 waves, so Escavalier can no longer leave. so I can't switch into Shift Tree at this point in order to try and resist the Roguelikes. So we fight, and then I say, well, I'm not going to get much damage on the Bitter Blade. I might as well try and risk the Iron Head flinch, and it gets an attack buff, and we do get the Iron Head flinch, which is actually pretty nice. And then, since I'm faster, I just decide to finish it off with the Iron Head, since we saw the Bitter Blade wasn't going to do enough damage to take it out there. We also steal Leopard Berry, and then here we go for the Bitter Blade to try and get our health back, but they Night Slash crit us, so now we're out of an Escavalier. Then we send out Mega Lopunny, and we go for the Thunderous Kick here, of course, which is going to bring Kyurem down to its bar. It gets a special defense boost, but we get a defense drop, and we should be faster, so we click Thunderous Kick again, and then that takes down the Kyurem, thankfully. And then they bring Hydreigon onto the field, and then I say, well, they're probably going to throw a Dragon-type move into us, so we're going to swap Rapidash in here, and they in fact do throw Outrage, and then we throw the Dazzling Gleam here as they swap into King Gambit. King Gambit gets a bit of recovery, and then because we can send out Mega Lopunny here and just take the Iron Head, and then we get to click the Thunderous Kick into King Gambit, and it does not swap because it doesn't really make sense for it to swap. So King Gambit gets taken off the field, and then I figure that they're going to throw another Dragon-type move, and I swap in Rapidash here, and they Outrage again, and then we go for the Dazzling as they go for the Fiery Wrath, and they are Parental Bond, but thankfully it doesn't flinch us with the Parental Bond. I'll be able to hit that move twice, and Dazzling Gleam just takes out the Hydreigon from full with Rapidash. So we defeat Gatsis, and then this is where I ended up pausing the recording and realizing that I didn't actually pause the recording. I started the recording, meaning I hadn't recorded the previous fight, so my bad. Oh, we get a lock capsule. Oh, but we also get a shell bell. This would be pretty nice for Mega Lopunny, I think. We are definitely going to take that. Here we have a group of shadowy figures. Looks to be a Psychic, a Hex Maniac, and the Psychic Gym Leader from Gen 9. Mysterious challengers have appeared. If you defeat a challenger, you might impress them enough to receive a boon, but some look tough. Are you up to the challenge? We can do a clever, mindful foe with move item rewards, a tough battle with good rewards, and the mightiest foe with great rewards. Let's just do the standard battle. I'm not looking for anything crazy here. We're gonna fight a Psychic with two guys. I guess I just hope this thing doesn't have Sacred Fire or Mystical Fire. It did not. It had Terra Blast. And second, they also have a Pokemon that is weak to us. I will use a Bitter Blade here though, just to try and get some health back. Alright, for defeating Psychic Cameron, we got 2 TMs to get is kind of what it looks like, but I really don't want either of these TMs. Mysterious Challenger was defeated, and now we have a Sigilyph. We seem to have found a Sensu form Oricorio, and Oricorio dances sadly alone without a partner. The Oricorio doesn't seem aggressive. If anything, it seems despondent. Perhaps it just wants someone to dance with. So we can give it a tough battle, but gain a baton, which I don't really need, because our only stat booster, I think, is Escavalier right now. You can learn its dance to teach any Pokemon Revelation Dance. Ah, that's a 90 base power move. That's your primary typing. And then you have show it a dance, teach the Oricorio a dance move, and the Oricorio will like you. I don't think we have any dance moves right now. I think we're gonna learn its dance for Rapidash, because Rapidash has Stomp. So Rapidash wants to learn Revelation Dance, and we never got rid of Stomp. It is Psychic type. I was kind of hoping it would be Fairy, so that we would have a consistent Fairy type move. Alright, here we have Elite Four Rico, which means we're going to be fighting the Paldean Elite Four this time around. We're going to start off with Doug Trio. Considering that this is a physical attacker and we have a Clayster, let's go into Clayster as they swap the camera. Man, the AIs love swapping in their fire types on Escavalier, huh? I think this should just be an easy Water Shuriken into the camera up. So, like, we don't even need all 4 hits there because we pick up the critical hit. Protera is another physical attacker. It might have a special attack, though. I'm kind of afraid of Leaf Storm. I'm just gonna go... Okay, we're faster than the Torterra. Nice. I was kind of hoping that we would be. Okay, yeah, another Cinderduck trio. If that was their best Pokemon, I feel like Cloyster is just gonna clean up here. Headlong Rush makes it so that we only need to land 2 Icicle Spears. Icicle Spear faster than the Golurk. Here comes Clodsire, who's the boss, so it has 2 health bars. It's gonna terrestrialize into ground, right? So I could Baneful Bunker on it if I think it's gonna hit me with an actual contact move. It probably just goes for Earthquake, though. Yeah, okay. The Clodsire terrestrializes just like it does in the game. Goes for Gunk Shot, though, so that didn't make contact. And then Icicle Spear takes it out here. Okay, and last is the Dawn Fan, who takes the Icicle Spear and usually has Sturdy, but Icicle Spear does not save you from the skill link, my friend. Or Sturdy does not save you from the skill link. That would have been a lot cooler if I said the sentence correctly. Okay, we took down 1 Elite Four member, and we only lost a third of our health on one of our Pokemon. That's actually pretty phenomenal.
Okay, now we have our battle against Poppy, the Steel type user who starts with Caparaja. And because there's no Fire Steel type other than Heatran, unless Poppy has a Heatran, we should be good to just Star Stance here. Gigaton actually does a lot, even though it's resisted, which is crazy. High horsepower into Bitter Blading, all of our health back, which is pretty good. And now I think we're just good to sweep. In comes Magnezone. Oh, Magnezone has Flamethrower. Yeah, I guess that one's my fault for not knowing this Pokemon gets a 4 times move into me that it doesn't get normally. We do need to break the Sturdy on this thing, probably. I'm gonna send out Shiftry here. Nature Power is probably a Grass type move right now. We're just gonna pay back. Okay, Scizor comes in. I think I'm fine getting damage on this if it means that Megalopony has an easier time later fighting this Scizor. Even if it means that Shiftry has to go down in the U-turn. We have so much money right now, it's not too big of a deal. The U-turned into Magnezone. Maybe it's not Sturdy. Maybe it's Analytic. In which case, I don't think a Thunderous Kick takes it down in 1 hit. I am going to Extreme Speed, though, just so I can try... Okay, they swapped into Tinkaton. Fairy typing would really hurt here. They're probably going to terrestrialize this into Steel. Cloyster would be my Pokemon to tank a physical hit. I might want to sack Rapidash just so I can get Cloyster in for free, though. Yeah, they terrestrialize the Steel, and they go for Magical Torque. Be faster and get a Spadef drop. Okay, we didn't bring it down, but it did Gigaton Hammer, so we'll Gigaton Hammer in the next turn. So now we can bring in Cloyster. Hopefully not get Magical Torqued. And Water Shuriken it down below its bar. I'm going to Baneful out the Gigaton Hammer. And then we can Water Shuriken again. And this might pick up KO if we just get enough crits. Okay, oh, they swapped into Magnezone. Okay, I am fine with letting Cloyster take the sack now because everything is weakened to the point where Lopunny can now just click Thunderous Kick into everything. Corviknight we like seeing here because that was the last full health thing, and it should die to Thunder Punch because of the defense drop. That was probably actually the one thing that could take us out at this point. Steelix? What does Steelix have to hit me? If this Steelix goes for like Brave Bird, I'm gonna be very upset. Thunderous Kick into Steelix.
Okay, the Steelix went for Double Edge, which didn't do that much. It was Rockhead, though. Thunderous Kick should finish off Scizor. Thunderous Kick finishes off you. And because you are a Steel type and your health is basically 0, Thunderous Kick is going to pick up KO on you. And we defeated Poppy. That was... we should have just swept that entire thing with this Cavalier, if I'm being honest. But the fact that the Magnezone has Flamethrower has really got me mad. I'm not gonna cap with you. Alright, now we have a battle against Elite Four Larry, who's gonna be using them flying types. We are starting with our fighting type, but our fighting type has triple axle. Okay, I do think we're faster than the Flamigo, and I don't think we're gonna need Mega Lopunny for anything else in this fight. If Flamigo's gonna terrestrialize, I think Triple Kick is the best way that we have to break an HP bar on it, so I'm willing to just click Triple Axle. or bringing it down to the bar. Say we send out Cloyster, and then even with the attack boost, I feel like we still take the Thunderous Kick just fine. Kind of Baneful though. Maybe Thunderous Kick, and it does get poison. It gets cured of the poison though. Say we go for the Water Shuriken. Okay, and the Water Shuriken picks up the KO. As Tropius now comes in. This might be slower than Cloyster. Okay, it's slower than Cloyster. Bombardier, Dual Wing Beat doesn't do too much. Exical Spear. Okay, I think it seems like Cloyster's just gonna clean this one up. You know, as long as this Drifloon doesn't have like Focus Blast or something crazy. Oh, Mind Blown. That's pretty crazy. That almost did it. Staraptor with Intimidate. We're gonna have Baneful in front of. And do I want the sack here or do I want the full heal? I think I just want the sack. Water Shuriken for the damage. And then Staraptor has Flare Blitz. Okay. I want to send in Shiftry just to Sucker Punch and then watch it die to the poison, but I think that's the only thing that I can do. Or hope that Amoonguss lives the hit is not a bad idea. I say we send in Amoonguss to see if it lives the hit. It did not, but it took enough Brave Bird chip that now the Shiftry can come in and click Sucker Punch. And that was Larry. We have Rapidash in the front, so that way we can start with our Fairy type. Northern, please don't have, like, Steel Beam. Okay, Hydreigon takes the KO on that. Who's next? Haxorus. This might have Steel type moves. I can't think of what it would be right now. If this thing has, like, Behemoth Blade, I feel like that's kind of believable. I don't know. I would believe less that this thing has a Fire type move, though. So I think I'm going to use Escavalier. Okay, it went for Stone Axe. Let's try the Iron Head. Close Combat is not so bad. Kind of makes me wish that I went for the Sword Stance there for the future Bitter Blade. You might have Flamethrower. Am I willing to sack Escavalier to find out? Yeah. Okay, you just have Hurricane. Hurricane is a bit of a drag for basically all of our team. So I think I'm going to use up Escavalier here and just take the Hurricane so that we can get in our Rapidash for free. Go for the Dazzling. We dodge it. Dodge the Hurricane. Hydrapple. You have a quad weakness that I cannot exploit. Next we go for Dazzling though. Energy Ball does some damage back. Dazzling again. Okay, Drake Algae. This is where it would be nice to have Escavalier. We do a lot of damage to it with Psychic, but there's still a Baxcalibur in the back. We can have Lopunny take on the Baxcalibur, I think, though. Not if it Terrestrializes in the Dragon, then we have to triple axle it. I think I'm fine with Rapidash going down here, getting Psychic damage. And then we bring in Mega Lopunny here. We do not miss our triple axles. We need all three of those to land. And then Baxcalibur comes in. We can triple axle into Bax. Lave Rush, unfortunately, is going to take out Mega Lopunny, but Baxcalibur is a physical attacker, so it should not be able to take out Cloyster. We can Baneful just to check. Yeah, Glaive Rush. Takes the poison, and then Icicle Spear. Okay. And there goes Hassel. Alright, here we have a battle against Champion Nimona for our floor. 190. Starts with Lycanroc, but I feel like this is too good to be true. She's got to have a fire type. I think I'm just going to hard swap it to Cloyster. Yeah, okay. Skeledirge. This can hurt me because it's a special attacker, but I want to start chipping it because it has a large health bar, so we're going to Water Shuriken. Okay, Palmot returns to the field. Throwing physical attack into me. Plasma Fist. Okay. An instant heal the poison. I think what we do is we go into Amoonguss to take this attack, and then we can try to Spore for the switch in to start sporing, or we can Giga Drain a bit of health. I think I tried Giga Drain. Okay, Goldango. What is the best thing to take on a Goldango with? I feel like it's Lopunny, especially if it's about to throw a Ghost type move. Let's try that. Make it rain. Oh, that does hurt. It does hurt a bit. We can Thunderous Kick it because we're scrappy and it'll be super effective. Okay, Koraidon comes in. It does get a defense drop. I think we're faster than a Koraidon. It's been a long time since I've had to look at Megalopony's speed stat. Okay, we land all 3 triple axles and we kill the box legendary. I think the last time we fought Gita, right? And she had Miraidon, so maybe I should have seen that coming. We get a lot of health back. Palmot comes in. Do I try and save Lopunny here? Or do I think Thunderous Kick just KOs it? I think I make use of my other Pokemon and I go into a Moongus here. Moongus is going to eat the Citrus Berry, maybe unnecessarily. Let's go for the Spore. And, oh, I already forgot about the Goldango. This is fun. We saw how much the Mega Rain did to the Lopunny before. Oh, okay, and this time I went for Astral Barrage, which is better. Here, Thunderous Kick. Okay, Thunderous Kick would have KO'd the Palmot, and we probably would have been faster than it. Lycanroc comes in, we Thunderous Kick this too. Goldango comes in, we Thunderous Kick this too. Goes for Power Gem. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm glad it didn't make it rain again. You are getting a lot of boost, but I don't think any of them help you. Thunderous Kick into Skeledirge. I think we just kick it again. Its defense rises, but then its defense drops. Flamethrower. At this point, I think we're good to sack Lopunny, right? Like, I get a Thunderous Kick into Skeledirge. Oh, that just KOs. I didn't think that was going to KO. But, it's better that it did. Oh, there's still Ceruledge in the back. We can still hit the Ceruledge with our Thunderous Kick. Do I want to make use of my other Pokemon here, though? Like, it's not like it does too much damage to Cloyster. I think I'm going to hard swapping Cloyster. Oh, this is the Terra and Terra Ghost. But it Flare Blitz because I was a normal type. Baneful? Shadow Claws into Poison. You do not have a way to heal the poison, which is phenomenal. Now that you're a ghost, I could Icicle Spear for more damage. I think I do that. Yeah, Shadow Claw does crit us, but Icicle Spear is going to get them after the poison. Last but not least is the Goldango, who we should just be able to Water Shuriken into. Get a lot of damage. Power Gem does take us, but now we get a free switch into Megalopony, who can click the Thunderous Kick. And that takes down Goldango. And with that, we have defeated the PokéRogue Elite Four / Champion bit. And we're on to the 190s, which is the last 10 stages of the game. Decent chunk of cash. Don't gotta worry about healing, because the floor will heal me. And now we have a Fluttermane. Okay, there's a Slitherwing. I'm hoping this Slitherwing is not Flame Charge. First impression is just fine with me. Thank you for the health, Slitherwing. Alright, we are finally back to floor 195, a place I have only been twice, including this time. If you can't defeat me here and now, you won't stand a chance. Alright, Rival Ivy would like to fight. We lead Decidueye into Escavalier, and as we always do, we are going to double back into Cloyster as they go into Talonflame. Let's Baneful out to see... Okay, it went for Steel Wing. I'm not exactly sure why it went for Steel Wing, but I feel like it doesn't have a special attack, and we should just go for Water Shuriken here. Oh, it does have Overheat. Okay, Overheat did a lot of our health, and it basically just got all of its health back. Let's Baneful to stall for Poison. Okay, they get the Decidueye swap. We should always go Escavaliers. They Terrestrialized Grass. And then I think we double back into Cloyster. So they bring in Talonflame. We should Icicle Spear to predict Decidueye coming in. It does in fact come in. We do not... Oh, we do get to break it. Okay, because we critical hit them enough times with our scope lens to get rid of Decidueye. And now Shuckle comes in. Shuckle, are you going to go for a physical attack? You are, but not the kind that I want you to go for. Is Stone Edge going to kill Cloyster? I think we have a much better option than to just go for the Razor Shell and hope that that works. Okay, Stone Edge, it crit us, but it did nothing. They did restore... They got a lot of buffs there, but none of them I don't think actually matter for the Razor Shell. because the Razor Shell defense dropped them. Now they send in Hydreigon. This Hydreigon has had Outrage a bunch of times and only has Blumberry. We're gonna Baneful here. They go for Draco. Okay. If they're going to Draco, then we can go into Rapidash, catch it, and we can go for a Dazzling Gleam as they bring a Talonflame back into the fray. We're in kind of a questionable spot. With no doubt in my mind, though, we definitely need Rapidash for the Hydreigon. I think we go into Cloyster. Okay, it does overheat. So it's gonna take Poison Tick once we switch in. I'm not sure who the best to bring in here, though. It might just have to be Rapidash, or it could be Lopunny. I don't know, the fact that it's overheating makes me think it doesn't have Flare Blitz. So maybe we use Rapidash and we just Psychic into it to get some damage. So yeah, they overheat again. Should I Dazzling Gleam predicting a switch to a Resistance? Or should I Psychic again? I think I Psychic again. Okay, and that takes Talonflame. Okay, in comes Florges. We still have a basically full health Escavalier. It's pretty close to full health. Moonblast isn't going to do too much. I feel like we Iron Head here for the switch. Okay, they don't switch. So we just get to Iron Head on Florges. And now in comes the Mega Rayquaza. Do we really need Escavalier for anything? If it's going to click Hurricane, then... Oh wait, is Hurricane accurate in Delta Stream? I actually don't know that. I don't think it is. I'd assume it's not because Delta Stream is not rain. I think what we need to do is we need to get a hit into this, and then we need Lopunny to triple X-Lit. So I'm going to go for the Iron Head. It is V-Create. That is actually a move that Rayquaza can have. It's just only event Rayquazas have that. Okay. At least it lowered its defense. Now we can go into Lopunny, and its speed was lowered. I think we have to go for the triple Axles. V-Creates again. Okay, that just KOs Lopunny. Defense, special defense, and speed fell again. We broke a crucial number of HP bars, though. Dazzling Gleam into Hydreigon is just free. But now I need to think, Rayquaza is the last one. If it V-creates into something, then Shiftry can Sucker Punch it for the last HP bar. I just need Rapidash to take a hit, or we sack Amoonguss here. Does the Rayquaza? Yeah, the Rayquaza has a Lumberry. It clicked V-create into Mega Lopunny. I feel like it's going to click V-Create again, because it makes the most sense for it to use a Flying-type move in Mega Lopunny. And it's certainly not going to use a Dragon-type move in a Rapidash. So if it V-Creates into Amoonguss, lowers its speed, we Dazzling Gleam with Rapidash, Rapidash dies, or lives, maybe. And then Shiftry Sucker Punch, I think that's just game. Okay, it Hurricaned into Amoonguss, but it missed. Go for Spore. Okay, click the V-Create. That was what we wanted to happen anyway. Now if it misses the Hurricane again, that just saves me a Max Revive. Oh, it decided to V-Create again. Okay, I'm afraid it all comes down to Shiftry here. And the Sucker Punch. Okay, Sucker Punch does KO the Rayquaza. I was a little bit nervous because it did get a drastic defense boost, which negated it, but Shiftry was able to do just enough to take out the Rayquaza there. Okay, we're through floor 195. That's what matters.
I think I fulfilled my purpose. Here on floor 198, we just got the TM for Thunder Wave, which sounds like it'll be really helpful for the upcoming last wave, Wave 200. But our only Pokemon that can learn it is Lopunny. However, I think I'm going to teach it to Lopunny over Thunder Punch, because we probably won't be Thunder Punching anything in the next 2 waves. Okay. Yeah, we definitely won't be Thunder Punching anything in the next 2 waves. Alright, here we are at the Eternatus fight. The second time that I've been here. It appears the time has finally come once again. You know why you have come here, do you not? You were drawn here because you have been here before. Countless times. Actually, I can't count it. I've been here once. Though perhaps it can be counted. To be precise, this is in fact your 5,643,858th cycle. Each cycle your mind reverts to its former state. Even so, somehow, remnants of your former selves remain. Until now, you have yet to succeed. but I sense a different presence in you this time. You are the only one here, though it is as if there is another. Will you finally prove a formidable challenge to me? The challenge I have longed after 4 millennia. We begin. Okay, do I want to start with Escavalier? I think what I want to do is Amoonguss will be useful later, but I want to try and take a dragon attack in order to put it to sleep. Okay, just Sludge Bombs. Sludge Bomb does a lot, though. We put it to sleep, and now we're going to try and get off our attacks with Cloyster. Because even if it stays asleep for 1 turn, or for 2 turns, then at least Cloyster will do something, whereas Cloyster has no special defense and cannot take an attack here. Okay, stay asleep 2 turns. It looks like Icicle Spear is going to get a bunch of damage. I can either Icicle Spear again, which I think will kill it, and then we can go on to the next phase, or I could Water Shuriken just to guarantee that we get down to the next bar. I think I'm gonna risk it and I'm gonna Icicle Spear. It's 1 in 3 chance for the sleep, but Cloyster can also tank an attack, and it could end up throwing Cross Poison. Okay, it stayed asleep. That's the best outcome. Oh, and we only needed to get to the last health bar to get to the next phase. I see. The presence I felt was indeed real. It appears I no longer need to hold back. Do not disappoint me. Oh, Eternamax has appeared. Special attack. Wait, but we keep attacking. Oh, that's so good. I actually didn't know that. It did take our Nevermelt Ice, though, so now we do less Ice type damage. Okay, but we're already down a bar in a bit. I think we should just keep attacking. I want to get in Lopunny, obviously, so I can Thunder Wave it. I think we should just keep attacking the Eternatus. And then whatever dies, die. Yeah, there goes a Scavalier Flamethrower. Cloyster staying in here is great. Its special defense froze, and it's still another Nevermelt Ice. Okay. Here's where I think we swap in Lopunny, and we go for another Icicle Spear, and we go for the Thunder Wave. We land the Thunder Wave. Dynamax cannons Lopunny, taking it out in 1 hit. But now the option for the Para exists. Okay, here we send in Amoonguss, just so we can guarantee another Icicle Spear gets off, because I have been saving the Rage Powder on Amoonguss for specifically this 1 turn, so I could save Cloyster if it was going to get attacked here.
Okay, we do get Flamethrowered. Both Rapidash and Shiftry have the Lumberries because I wanted them to come out last. It does seem to only be stealing the items off of Cloyster, though. I think we should go into Rapidash, and then we Icicle Spear again, and then we click Psychic, perhaps for a Spadef drop. Yeah, I think we just lock in the Psychic into Eternatus. Rapidash gets the Psychic, brings it down that far. That brings it down that far. Cross poisons into Rapidash, getting a critical hit because we gave it the Scope Lens. But Rapidash died. It didn't steal the item. So now we just need the Icicle Spear and the Sucker Punch combo. And with that, I have finally defeated Eternamax. Let's go! Yes! Magnificent. The foe Eternamax Eternatus fainted. It hit 2 times. More like it got hit 2 times. You're back? Does that mean you won? Should have known you had it in you. Of course, I always had that feeling. It's over now, right? You ended the loop. You fulfilled your dream too, didn't you? You didn't even lose once. I'll be the only one to remember what you did. I'll try not to forget. Just kidding, I'll never forget. Your legend will live on in our hearts. Anyways, it's getting late, I think. It's hard to tell in this place. Let's go home. Maybe tomorrow we can have another battle. For old time's sake. Congratulations. Thick heckin' shiny Mega Rayquaza just flying in the background like he couldn't have helped me. Shelter beat Classic Mode for the first time. He received 1x Ed Voucher Plus. C-Dot beat Classic Mode for the first time. Baniri beat Classic Mode for the first time. Ponyta beat Classic Mode for the first time. Carablast beat Classic Mode for the first time. Fungus beat Classic Mode for the first time. That's nice. That's real nice. So now if I new game, I am curious on something. If I go to Ponyta, do I get to keep that shiny Galarian Ponyta? I, as a matter of fact, do get to keep the shiny Ponyta. Which I could have had Flare Blades on it if I picked it, but I didn't have the shiny, obviously. I don't think Flare Blades would have helped us out that much during the run. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for PokéRogue. I mean, at least for now, it's gonna be it for PokéRogue now that we've beaten the classic mode. And I think I'll come back to do some challenge runs in the future. Those will be fun. But for now, just wanted to get out of the way beating it, and I am very glad that I was able to come up with a strategy that would beat it. It did not beat it as well as I thought it would, if I'm being honest. I thought Icicle Spear was just going to be the end of the game for the Eternatus, but the Eternatus did bring me down to having only 2 Pokemon left at the end there. And we did have to get kind of lucky with the sleeps for the spores. So, yeah. But it went well, so I'm glad that we finally beat PokéRogue, like over a year later. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe consider leaving a like on the video, and even consider subscribing, because both of those things help me out an absolute ton. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.